Well, hello again from Facet Vicarage, and today we want a little help from our little puppy Millie. I wonder how your week has been. I have to say that mine has been a bit like the weather, rather stormy. I've always had a real fear of thunderstorms, and we've had several this week. I'm not sure where my fear comes from, but I have apps on my phone that tell me if a storm is near me, and if there is, well, I stay at home and go nowhere. But a few years ago, Andrew and I were on a small boat on the Norfolk Broads, very kindly lent to us by a lovely vicar and his wife. It was a hot day, so we meandered down the Broads to a lovely place called Reedham, where we had a lunchtime drink and a packet of crisps. As we were about to set off towards home, I said to Andrew there was a bit of a cloud, and I was worried we might have a storm. "I'm sure we won't," came the confident reply. And feeling reassured, off we went. Well, within half an hour the cloud mushroomed and became so dark that it was like midnight. Then the wind got up, Andrew still trying to persuade me that we wouldn't have a storm, that we didn't need the canopy on the boat up. Well, that was until within a few minutes we were in the midst of an enormous electrical storm, complete with giant hailstones and such squally winds I really thought the boat would turn over. Ever calm, Andrew tried to persuade me that a boat on water wouldn't be struck by lightning. Not correct, I must say. We were a sitting target with a metal mast on a vast expanse of water. Brave soul that I am, I crouched in the bottom of the boat and prayed. Very thankfully, the lights of Cantley Sugar Factory came into view, so we found a mooring spot, and after a huge flash of lightning, I jumped off the boat, ran straight into the nearest pub, where the landlord took one look at me and poured a very large glass of brandy. That experience has not helped my fears. But the thunderstorms this week seem to reflect the storminess of life at the moment. There have been protests, but also riots. There have been heated political opinions about all sorts of issues, and much uncertainty about where we all are with COVID-19. I know several people have lost their jobs this week, and one of our children is very unsure of her future. She works in a theatre. Many people are facing serious financial storms in their lives. Some are already facing losing their homes and financial ruin. We live indeed in very turbulent, stormy times, and no wonder we feel anxious at times. Yet my experience on that little boat brings to mind the story of Jesus calming the storm on the Sea of Galilee. Actually, that's a lake. It's 13 miles long, 7 miles wide. It's known as a very dangerous stretch of water, and as the lowest freshwater lake in the world, there are often large storms that blow up from nowhere, putting small fishing boats and vessels at risk. When Jesus was on a boat with his disciples in the midst of the sudden storm, he was sleeping. But the poor disciples, a bit like me, were terrified. Jesus, of course, calmed the storm immediately. I guess we would all like Jesus to calm the storms in our lives at the moment. We wish he was there just to make everything okay again. At times we might wonder why Jesus seems distant at times. But of course, we have to remember that God the Father gave us free will, and that we can use that well or badly. But more importantly, he gave us his power for those who believe in him. We are the ones who can do the work of Jesus in this world, and we have no need to fear. St. Luke records Jesus saying, "Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom," before telling the disciples to go and care for the poor and to build treasure in heaven. So today, on this Father's Day, let's remind ourselves that our Heavenly Father has already given us the best gift in the world, the kingdom of heaven. So let's live without fear, knowing that even in the storms of life, Jesus is in our boat, and he's always there for us, whether in this world or the next. Amen.